Today we are discussing about amphetamines and amphetamine toxicity. I am mainly discussing about the toxicity management in emergency room by amphetamines. They are a group of structurally related compounds that produces central nervous system and peripheral nervous system stimulation. Amphetamines or their derivatives are mainly used in clinical practice in psychiatry management for attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, narcolepsy. Rarely it is used in obesity. Nowadays we don't use amphetamine in obesity, but mainly it is used in attention deficit hyperactivity disorder and narcolepsy. They never go to the overdose of this drug. Very rarely they go, but these type of drugs are used as recreational drugs, and they come with overdose of amphetamine in emergency room. It can be taken by oral route. It can be taken as inhalation by smoke, or injection. Intravenous injection can also be used, and they can develop overdose. Oral use associated with an hyperactive state after, or the overdose state after 1 hour of oral usage. Peak plasma concentration occurs in 5 minutes after IV use and 30 minutes with nasal or intravascular use. So the time lag we should understand. In oral use it takes nearly 1 hour. When we take IV it takes only 5 minutes. IM or nasal route it takes 30 minutes. So IV use is very dangerous. It go to the peak level in 5 minutes. There are multiple drugs available in this group, amphetamine or amphetamine related drugs, or they have similar action to amphetamine. There are multiple designer drugs in amphetamine group, including MDA. So many other drugs are there, ecstasy. All this comes under amphetamine group. All will have similar clinical finding when they come to emergency room. I am not discussing the pharmacological part of this drug, but how to manage this amphetamine or related drugs in emergency room. The clinical findings of amphetamine overdose or toxicity. You take the central nervous system, they can have agitation, delirium, hyperactivity. That is one of the common presentations. These drugs are used for hyperactivity management, but when they present with toxicity, they also will have hyperactivity. Tremors, dizziness, mydriasis, severe headache, and choreoathetoid movement, hyperreflexia, and some patients present with acute stroke-like features, seizures, coma. All these things are CNS activity. Psychiatric manifestations are euphoria, increased aggressiveness, anxiety, hallucination, compulsive repetitive actions. That is choreoathetoid movement. Many patients can present with cardiovascular problems like severe palpitation, tachycardia, hypertensive crisis, high BP, reflex bradycardia, dysarrhythmias, cardiovascular collapse, that is acute cardiac shock. Some patients can present with acute MI also, because of tachycardia itself. Other clinical findings, they can have rhabdomyolysis, myoglobinuria, that may lead to acute renal failure, severe anorexia, severe sweating, and disseminated intravascular collapse. Whatever it is, these patients generally present with hyperactivity, hypertension, and severe muscle pains and rhabdomyolysis. Clinical examination may pick up findings like agitation, tachycardia, severe sweating, mydriasis. Severe intoxication can also be presented with hypertension, seizures, and we have to always examine this patient for other associated features, like many patients can have cellulitis, trauma, pneumothorax. That all may be related to the trauma after taking this drug, and focal neurological deficits. Many patients can also have infective endocarditis because they take repeated dose of these drugs through IV. They can have right-sided infective endocarditis findings. The basic investigation should be done from the emergency room is we can go for a urine analysis for both toxicology screening and myoglobinuria, because one of the common problem of this toxicity of amphetamine is myoglobinuria and renal failure. So urine analysis can be done. Toxic screen should be sent immediately to find out amphetamine-like substances. Other things like you have to go for kidney function test, BUN and creatinine. Sugar values should be checked because hypoglycemia can contribute for altered mental status. ABG can be taken to rule out acidosis. Rhabdomyolysis, we can go for testing like CK and kidney function test, creatinine. Hyperkalemia is one of the most important problem after rhabdomyolysis. That also should be checked. And coagulation profiles in DIC like PT, INR, APTT and fibrinogen levels and platelets all may be reduced. Creatine phosphokinase, that is a muscle enzyme, should be done in rhabdomyolysis. Some patients can have associated drugs like they can take paracetamol or aspirin or some other drug. So other drug levels also required. ABG should be done to rule out acidosis. Management is mainly decontamination. We have already discussed about how to decontaminate in a poison case. Administrate activated charcoal. Boil irrigation can be done in initial hours of toxicity. The main problem in amphetamine toxicity in emergency room is management of the hypertensive crisis. They can present with high BP, tachycardia. Some patients can have reflex bradycardia, and some patients can have acute coronary syndrome. All these conditions we have to control the alpha adrenergic activity. So the ideal drug which can control the alpha adrenergic activities, we have prazosin in our country. That is an oral drug. We don't have IV drugs available in our country. So alpha blocker can be given. Prazosin is an available drug. Phenterlamine is another drug. Both can be used, but prazosin is easily available everywhere. Or if you want to control very fast, the BP control very fast, we can use nitroprusside. Normal antihypertensives will not be able to control the high BP. You should avoid beta blockers that can exacerbate the hypertension. So use alpha blocker, use nitroprusside, infusion to control the BP. For all other activities like hyperactive state, we can use benzodiazepines. So benzodiazepine should be used in agitation. Hyperthermia should be treated with paracetamol, active cooling blankets, and if you require paralytic agent, you can use a non-depolarizing agent like vecuronium. That should be used. Avoid succinylcholine because we know that there is rhabdomyolysis going on. Many patients may require ventilation also. ECG should be taken to rule out acute MI or acute tachycardia related syndromes. If the patient has severe rhabdomyolysis, CK is elevated, initially treat with benzodiazepine that will relax the patient. Hydrate properly, otherwise patient will go to renal failure. Maintain a urine output around 1 to 2 ml per minute. That is very important. If the patient does not respond to your fluid or initial management, you have to go for hemodialysis. Many patients can have seizures, which should be treated with benzodiazepine initially, like midazolam we can use, or lorazepam we can use. If the seizure is not getting controlled, phenobarbital is the ideal drug in amphetamine toxicity. Hypotension should be corrected with normal saline. Crystalloid should be given initially. If there is no response, norepinephrine infusion can be used. But many patients present with hypertension, some patients can have hypertension also. There you can use fluids with norepinephrine. So these are the drugs which can be used in a patient who is an amphetamine toxicity. Activated charcoal 1 to 2 gram per kg. IV normal saline if the patient is having severe rhabdomyolysis or hypertension. Avoid kidney failure. Give high fluids. Many patients can have hypoglycemia. They should be treated with dextrose. Almost all patients will require benzodiazepine like diazepam or lorazepam both for agitation, seizures, muscle rigidity. All these conditions we can give diazepam or lorazepam. If the patient is having high BP, alpha blockers like prazosin can be given. Phenterlamine is an IV preparation. If it is available, we can give that 1 to 5 milligram. Or if the BP is very high, we can go for Nitroprusside infusion, sodium nitroprusside 1 to 8 microgram per kg per minute IV infusion can be started. Only thing we have to see and titrate the dose according to the BP. Phenobarbital is the ideal drug after benzodiazepines if the patient is having seizure, not phenytoin. Phenobarbital is the ideal drug. The dose is 20 mg per kg body weight IV. It should be given over 50 minutes infusion. Vecuronium is a ideal drug if the patient requires intubation. So 0.1 milligram per kg IV can be. So we have discussed about one of the common toxicity nowadays we are facing, that is amphetamine toxicity and the treatment in emergency. Thank you.